Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. We teach our children this when they are young, but do we understand the impact of our own words against our children? Hi there, I'm Jenny, and welcome to my channel, where I focus on parenting advice, specifically on growing a stronger, more independent generation going forward, ensuring we do a better job for our children as parents. How many times have you as a parent said no to your child? As a developing mind, all that child hears is no, especially if you say it a lot. And let's be honest, we tend to say it a lot while they are growing up. What if your boss keeps telling you no with no explanation? Consider the alternative. You could offer, "My angel, my boy, I don't want you to do that because you could get hurt, or you can't have a sweet now because you need to eat dinner first. But if you eat all your dinner, you can have one afterwards." You can hear the difference. Giving an explanation to help a child understand is more than just hearing no all the time, and they learn more through the process. We have to remember, during the early years, a child is soaking up knowledge with their sponge-like brain. And the more intelligent information you teach them, the better it is for their future. So teach them more reasons than just throwing them a basic command. Don't be stupid. Even using the word coming from a parent, a child will feel that the parent thinks they're stupid. Remember, you are giving them unconditional love, and you need to show this even through words. So use an alternative, even when they're driving you mad. Create reminders, and if you do slip up, apologize and tell them you made a mistake, and it is definitely not what you meant. Consider, don't be silly, or are you thinking of the full picture? And you can do this. In addition, you don't call yourself stupid or anyone else around you in your child's presence. And encourage them not to use the word because it has bad connotations. People are not stupid. They have strengths in different areas and shortcomings in others. We all have silly moments and great ideas. Granted, this is during their early years. Once they're about 16, don't worry, they're comfortable and strong in their own individual space. And you can call them all the fun names because they are now they don't take this too seriously. Anyway, I hope you're getting some value from this video. And if you are, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe as you'll be helping me out. And I know I'm sharing some valuable information and I can keep doing it. So have you ever heard, or have you ever said, "Not now, I'm busy"? Perhaps you're watching TV, surfing the internet, or chatting with friends. Now, imagine it from your child's point of view, from the person who sees you as a superhero, being told you're busy. Your TV, friends, or computer are more important than your child. How does this make your child feel, and what happens to your superhero status? Nowadays, a lot of us work from home and have online meetings, and we need to teach our children about not disturbing us during these meetings. And yes, this is something important for them to actually understand. And this is when you need to explain to a child that you are always available to them for any situation, and especially for an emergency. They must always call on you, and no one is more important than them, but there are boundaries for them to understand. Like if you have friends over, you explain that they shouldn't interrupt, but they can come over if they need anything. By explaining the approach and the reasoning, they understand more, and you get a better result if they just know or just want to know their superhero has got their back. By saying "I'm busy," you're pushing them away. Some children are still too young, but if you continue through this explanation, This sets in as they grow, so they keep up with the perseverance and they learn. Another one that hits home heavily and will sound familiar to many is, I promise next time. You don't want to do something now, or you're tired, so you brush it off to another day. It's so easy to say, next time, and then that magic word follows, promise. I was once asked, why do fathers lie? Simply because a father kept promising simple things to his child and never delivered. And we're talking about simple things like an ice cream. Scary thought, right? As a young child, their perception and trust is lost so easily. If you use this word, follow through. If it's the smallest thing, follow through, as it will pay off down the road. You lose your child's trust, it is very difficult to gain back. And getting them to be honest with you about this is also hard, due to that unconditional love and they have for you. And that's superhero status you have with them. As you deliver on your promise, remind your child you kept your word, and they need to know their value of promise, and they need to do the same. They must understand a lie, but they also need to learn to keep promises themselves. So teach them to keep their own promises, as this grows integrity within themselves. Having negative discussions about your child in front of your child or in their presence does nothing for them. Have you perhaps had a conversation with a friend or a teacher or a partner while your child is in the room or in the vicinity where you have complained or said things like he's slow, lazy, or an idiot? I remind you again, parents are supposed to be their child's biggest supporters, their cheerleaders. Now, if their parents aren't backing them 100%, who else is going to be in their corner? They are going to feel isolated, lonely, and create a world in their head of depression and unworthiness. It's your responsibility to understand what is going on, because every child wants to excel and impress their parents. They want your approval. So if they're not succeeding, there is likely something wrong. Support your child and ensure they have you in their corner at all times. They will always come to you with what is going on in their head, as long as they know you've got their back no matter what. Now I'm going to mention another scenario, which is really innocent, but it's there to raise awareness of the impact it has on a child when living with separate parents. A father goes and puts the child to sleep at night at his home, and when he puts his daughter to sleep, he reminds her playfully, "Who loves you the most?" And she says, "Daddy loves me the most." And then the sleep time goes, and it's all innocent. Best time's done. When the little girl goes back to mommy, and the whole routine at mommy's house gets sorted out, and she goes and puts her daughter back to bed, she says, "Daddy loves me more." And then boom, innocence is gone. Children take things literally, and we need to remember these tiny things like this has a huge impact. Fortunately, these parents sat down and understood the larger impact and discussed this with the child together and cleared up the misunderstanding. And the father stopped this routine at his house, realizing the impact it had on the child and the long-term effects. Well done to the grown-ups in this situation. It's so important to remember a child's mind is still developing, and they interpret things very literally, and they depend and need your approval. But you can set these boundaries if done correctly and with love, and be their superhero always and their cheerleader. That is what we are here to do, not be their body brace holding them up all their life. Granted, this is only my second video and hopefully much better than my first, but check it out here, at least just see the improvements. Also, please share your thoughts in the comments below and let me know if there's any topics you'd like to like me to cover, as I've planned out a series of roughly about 50, and I'll be sure to respond to comments in the first hour after posting. This is why it's key to just hit that notification button too. Looking forward to chatting to you all, and thanks again for watching.